I don't ever remember not playing the piano. I remember when I was very young, the piano got moved into the house. It was my grandmother's piano. And I remember every detail of it, like they damaged a little bit of the door jamb when they were taking it into the basement. My mom didn't even remember that. And I said, yeah, Mom, they were moving this big thing down into the basement. And then I was in kindergarten, I was 4, and I came home from school. I have 2 older brothers who really can't carry a tune very well. They don't have much musical talent, which by the way, my mother, coming from a very musical family, thought was odd, that children can't even match pitches. And I came home from school, and I didn't say, I want to learn to play the piano. I came to her and I said, I can play the piano. And what I had done is I had picked out all the little tunes we were learning in school. And they were tunes from The Sound of Music. And I picked out the little tune. I said, Mom, we are singing this in school. And she listened and she recognized it and she played the piano and she said, you know, you can add chords. And she showed me that, and that was it. She pulled out this little book that she had learned out of and started to teach me. And we did that for about 3 years. And when she said, you know, this kid really likes to practice and he's making progress, we need to find him a teacher. And that was, I think, the first lucky stroke in a long series of strokes. Is the only piano teacher that we could afford lived right up the street, and she was a Juilliard graduate. I went to school with her daughter, knew him very well, but thought, okay, well now I'm going to take piano lessons. And when I go back, she gave me a great foundation of how to get around the keyboard, that old Juilliard school. And I had to practice scales and arpeggios and etudes and all these little pieces, and progressed probably faster than I should. I was very small of stature. But then she moved, her husband was transferred, and I found another teacher who was excellent. And then we moved and we came south, and eventually I found myself in the studio of Amanda Pianist, who I've always thought was an outstanding teacher. When I studied with her, I thought she was the best. She was the one who was very supportive in my dual career. As an undergraduate, I did audition for and receive a full scholarship to the University of Alabama, and I studied with her. But I told her from the start that music can be a very iffy career. You know, you may not get a job, and I needed a backup, and my backup was medicine. Just relax, breathe normally. That's great. I did the pre-med requirements at the same time that I was doing music. To keep my music scholarship, I had to concentrate on music, and there are very few elective hours. So with my elective hours, I was doing organic chemistry and calculus and physics. And the other music students were doing mythology and sociology. Some of the easier, you know, liberal arts courses. I have a Bachelor of Music degree in piano performance from the University of Alabama. Then I went to the Conservatory of Music in Hanover, West Germany, and I got a teaching certificate there in the German system. I went to New York City and began my master's degree in piano performance, studying with a very good teacher up there. But that's when I realized I was going head over heels in debt and I was about to switch careers. So I returned to Alabama and finished my master's degree. I have a Master's of Music degree in piano performance, and again I was studying with Amanda Pianist after having gone to Europe and gone to New York. Really only had a couple of courses to finish up and play a final recital and take an oral exam. And a month after I did that, I was in medical school, so I have a Doctor of Medicine degree that I got in 1991, and then did a internship and a residency. My residency I did here at UAB. I did a fellowship in Florida in glaucoma, and that's my subspecialty. And during that training and the beginning of my medical career, I didn't have much time to practice. My wife is a flutist, and a very good flutist, very accomplished flutist. She was studying with members of the Cleveland Orchestra before she gave up her career and went into medicine. She's now an internist at the VA hospital. But we both agreed that our children should study music in one form or another. No matter how much talent they had, we have the means, and I think it's extremely important for them to study this art form that's so close to our hearts, but I think just a huge part of our Western culture that's being pushed off to the back burner. But as you know, the 100,000th time they're making them sit down and play their scales, they said, well, Dad, you don't play anymore. And they were right. I didn't practice, I didn't perform. When people asked me to play after a while, it was getting so bad, I just didn't. And I thought, you know, maybe I should show them what it really is like to practice, to do the same thing night after night, slowly tear it apart, memorize it, try and perform it, make your mistakes and that type of thing, perfect it and bring it to a performance level that people will be willing to hear. So I pulled out some old things, pulled out some new things, learned some new things, and put together about an hour's worth of music and went to Colorado Springs, where there's a very well-run but small international piano competition. To my delight and surprise, I was the silver medalist. And that was a taste of this amateur competition world where I thought, I am maybe in the upper ranks of the amateur pianists, but I had one dream that I didn't fulfill as a music student, which was to play in the Van Cliburn competition. So I had won local competitions before, but this was the first time on an international level that third prize, this is one of those competitions you don't want to hear your name too soon. So third prize was awarded, second prize was awarded, and there were 4 other finalists, and I thought, I don't think I have a chance at this. And they said my name. I have this on tape, so I know it happened. It wasn't just a dream. But I kind of looked at my wife and I thought, did they just say my name? That wasn't a mistake. And a million thoughts through your mind in an instant, and you walk up on stage and you receive this prize, and it sort of sinks in the 5 minutes that you're on stage receiving all these accolades. Oh, this is amazing. And that was just the beginning of a journey that's gotten us here.